Our reality is a combination of what's on the inside and the external world. So if we become able to reach a state of consciousness where the subjective reality and the objective reality become one, then we get the power to manipulate our reality. If we begin to explore how we can dive deeper into the internal world, then we will find out that the teachings of the ancient gurus and scholars suggest that whatever is on the inside gets reflected on the external world. It might sound irrational in terms of modern science, but today we have also made discoveries in the field of science that suggest that when the brain reaches a certain real level of conscious awareness, it begins to interact with the materialistic world in such a way that the internal world and the external world lose the veil of separation and both become a congruence. It becomes a unity. Even modern day philosophy suggests that when the vibrational energy of the brain is raised to a certain level, the interaction between materialism and consciousness becomes interdependent. These interactions take the form of telepathy, clairvoyance, precognition, and psychokinetics. Multiple studies have been going on over these subjects for centuries now. Even science recognizes to some degree that our brain has all these powers. We just need to find a way to harness them. All of these studies have been going on because people have really experienced such unexplainable events in their lives that the brain couldn't comprehend. But it is something that is quite real and needs to be handled very carefully. These experiences in turn give rise to terms like telepathy, clairvoyance, etc. The term telepathy contributes to the events of the present, where one person has a set of experiences or thoughts that become exactly similar to another person's in real time. We have all heard of claims where two different people with different identities have the same physiological reaction to two external stimuli. The distance between the two bodies does not matter, as their experiences and thoughts coincide through the power of consciousness. The term clairvoyance is also one such similar term where the mind becomes able to perceive what the eyes cannot. It is the ability to sense whatever is hidden from our normal vision or senses. It is a heightened sense that allows an individual to see far away from the physical self, beyond the limitations of space and time. And when the time element is included in this perception, it becomes precognition or retrocognition. Retrocognition or precognition are terms that are totally dependent on the conscious and subconscious mind's functioning. They allow an individual to experience a moment that is beyond their time. It could be the realization of an event that happened way before the present time and feel as real as if the person was actually there. This is termed retrocognition. There's a ton of data that we have today where people have reported going someplace very new, like a jungle or a historical monument, and having this vision out of the blue that made them feel as if they had already been there before. People have even reported viewing themselves in historical costumes, and a strong feeling of all of this being an actual conscious and physical experience. Whereas some people report having visions of the future, where an event has not yet occurred, but they have already seen it through the power of their conscious or subconscious mind. This is termed as precognition. The last phenomenon in the strategy is telekinetics or psychokinetics, which is defined as the ability to put into motion objects in the physical world through the power of the conscious mind. It works on the basic principle that our mind has the ability to exchange information with the physical matter present around it. These are several different phenomena that the brain can use in order to interact with time, space, and matter. It is all about the information that is being exchanged through the mind with the external world. If the information is getting into the mind and a message is being received from one mind to another, then it is telepathy. If the information is traveling through the barriers of time into the mind, then it is clairvoyance. If a person becomes able to send this energy or information back to the materialistic form and end up resonating with the physical world, then this ability is known as psychokinetic effect. During the recent developments of scientific research, we have discovered through quantum physics that everything at the root of it is a form of force or energy that exists in different forms. When we move past the physical barriers, all that is left is the exchange of information in the form of energy. This information can be amplified when a group of people set their intentions toward a particular objective. When a group of people with similar vibrational energy set their intention without any dispute or misalignment between them, then the intention gets highly amplified. This group may consist of people anywhere between 7 and 11, and it gives much more evident results than what the intentions of a single person will achieve. To better understand this in terms of a scientific experiment, we will take an example of bombarding a singular photon with a half-silver mirror. The probability of the photon getting through it or getting bounced back through the silver mirror surface is observed to be completely random. So to further simplify this in mathematical terms, there are no certain results to it as to whether we will get a 0 or a 1 each time. Conventional science believes that there must be a reason for such uncertainty, but through the modern advancement in the field of quantum mechanics, it is stated that since there is no cause that affects the results of the experiment, there is an unpredictability attached to this experiment. So if we assign people to push the data result with their intentions, because that is something that we can do with a computer and collect the data, then we can see to what extent our intentions are pushing around the probabilities of the world. And the results turn out to be positive. It certainly does occur. And in order to verify the effect of this process, we can use other random objects, taking into consideration the physiology of the people involved and other things like their personalities and demeanor. The achieved results are measurable, especially if things that have life in them are chosen as targets and your intentions are subjected to them. Then with each experiment conducted, positive results are obtained. The effect is usually subtle and unnoticeable within the moment, but it is definitely measurable over a period of time. So what is the process that you can use in order to enhance the effect of your intentions and manifest your desired reality? How can you magnify the multitude of your intentions to attract money and abundance into your life? To attract your desired job opportunity into your life? How can you do that? Well, the easiest way to amplify your intention over time is through the use of sigils. A sigil is an assigned symbol that you specifically create that holds in itself the intention related to your desired manifestation. It is like a unique symbol of manifestation that is specific to you. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, you can write down its name and start making a symbol using one alphabet at a time, combining all of the letters to make a singular, pleasant, and unique sign. There are many apps available on the market that also help you create a sigil, but I will not recommend that to you. It is better that you put in your time and effort into preparing your unique symbol. The more time and effort you invest in creating it, the more this symbol will get embedded in your subconscious system. There are several things that you can do now. You can make multiple copies of this sigil and place them all around your place where you will be looking at them every day. You can put the sigil on your mirror, on the refrigerator, or even on your bedside table. It just has to be constantly present in your vision on a daily basis. This will create a higher magnification of intention over a period of time, like how a battery gets charged. And it all will be happening through the power of your subconscious mind. Nothing is a part of your conscious mind except that you look at it daily. Your conscious mind will deliver the message to your subconscious mind, and the magnitude of your intention will get greater day by day. It will be better for you if you let go of the internal resistance that your subconscious mind will be creating to these manifestations. Because our conscious mind is a machine of reasoning and logical explanations. So when you try to manifest a desire through reasoning, your conscious mind will begin to interject with your intentions. Your conscious mind will inject self-questioning and doubt, which will, as a result, destroy your intention completely. So you need to be absolutely clear in your mind. I'm setting this intention with this sigil, and it is going to manifest into my life by the unknown forces and power of the universe that I am unaware of. It is going to happen. It will happen. I don't know when, I don't know how, but it is definitely coming my way. Firmly believe in your set intention. Then there is this other way of manifesting our desires through the use of traditional magic that you can find in a book grimoire, which is filled with spells and rituals that can be used to override somebody else's free will for love, for relationships, or for pure bodily desires. But it is not something that you should lean towards, because by using this, you are going to overrule somebody else's free will, and then there's karma, which is definitely going to hit you back. You can't run away from it. So it is better that you do not use any such binding spells that will hurt somebody else or make them do something against their free will. But it can definitely be used if someone is asking for your help. It can be used if someone is seeking your help for healing purposes and their intention is attached to yours. Then you'll have to look at the condition and make a decision accordingly if there are other people involved in that process, whether or not these other people are getting hurt. If so, then you need to be careful and make your decision accordingly. All of this is too powerful for any human to risk themselves. It is better to keep these practices to oneself. In the Eastern regions, we find the teachings through yoga that allow a human being to reach a state of mind known as siddhi, which is a Sanskrit word that means the highest state of power. Yoga literature from 2,000 years ago gives us methods of meditation and some other forms of self-awareness rituals in which a person reaches a deep state of mind, also known as samadhi. All of these are teachings that are inclusive of 25 different types of powers that a man can achieve. It takes a lot of practice and subconscious awareness to drop a person into a deep state of mental serenity, where the difference between mind and matter ceases to exist anymore. With the help of these deep states of mind practices, 25 types of siddhis are achievable. One of them is the ability to dissolve the barrier of time, which means that one can enter and look through the past, present, and future at any given point in time on command. A magician in the West would call it with other names such as clairvoyance or precognition. And if you read these books, these ancient literatures, you will not believe that it is possible, but modern science has begun to recognize these abilities, as we have discussed earlier. Since then, this is true, and even today, such people exist who achieve these states of siddhi and samadhi through vigorous meditation and yogic practices. You will not find these people easily because these powers are not something to be messed with. These are higher level skills that can be misused for their abilities very easily. The people who have these powers and abilities may put their loved ones in danger if anybody finds out about them. So these people remain invisible to the modern world and lead simpler lives. So under the Stargate program by the CIA, it was believed that if someone can really use their subconscious mind to predict an event before it actually happens, then it can be used by the intelligence for surveillance work. And then how the system works is that you can collect a group of people who are talented and naturally blessed with the power of psychokinetics and clairvoyance, which is a very small portion of the population, maybe 1 in a million, and then keep filtering down candidates until you end up with a small number who are very good at what they do.